So the bailiff had to go back on his threat. He said that the barin's wish was to let Danilko freelance at Prokopych's workshop, and that the barin wanted a vase, like in the drawing. Danilushko and Prokopych were real glad about this news, and they got to work with zest. Danilushko started thinking about how to make the new vase. Lots of complex stuff there was about it. If you strike in the wrong place, the stone is ruined and you have to start from scratch. But Danilushko's eye was sharp and his hand was steady and his strength was just right. So the work went well. Still, there was something not to his liking. Lots of work that vase was, but not much beauty in it. And so he said to Prokopych, but the old master just wondered at him in surprise. What's that to you? They drew it like so. We'll carve it this way. You know how many tricks like this I've carved? And what for? I have no idea. And Danilo tried talking to the bailiff, but no, the man just stamped his feet and waved his hands at him. Have you lost your mind? This drawing cost the barin a lot. It was probably made by the first artist in the capital. And who are you to judge? And then he recalled the barin's words. Maybe they'll think up something new together. And so he said, you know what? You carve this vase according to the barin's drawing, but if you wish to carve another one for yourself, it's up to you. I won't meddle with that. We have enough stone for that too. Whichever one you need, I'll send it to the workshop. And so Danilushka got to thinking about it. You know what they say? It's easy to point what's wrong with others' work. Much harder it is to think up something new yourself. You'll spend nights tossing and turning over it. Danilushka would sit at the machine working on the Baron's vase, but thinking about something else. He would try in his head which flower and which leaf would be more suitable for which stone. Thoughtful he became and glum. Prokopych noticed that and asked, are you feeling ill, Danilushko? Take it easy on that vase, eh? No rush with it, remember? Go take a walk. You sit and sit for hours on end. That won't do. Why not, says Danilushko. I might as well go out for a bit. Maybe I'll see in the woods what I need. And so he would take walks in the woods almost every day since then. It was harvest season, lots of berries everywhere, and all grasses in bloom. Danilushka would sometimes stop at a meadow and stare at the grass and flowers like he lost something. Lots of people were in the meadows and fields those days. They would ask him, what did you lose, Danilushko? And he would smile a sad smile and answer, it's not that I lost anything, but I can't find what I'm looking for. Some even started whispering behind his back, something's wrong with the boy. Danilo, though, would come home from those walks and sit at his working table at once till the wee hours, and then again would head for the forest or the meadows. He would bring leaves and flowers home, strange and wanted ones mostly, hellebore and hemlock, thorn-apple and wild rosemary, and other weeds like that. He got thin in the face, and his eyes had no rest, while his hand lost its strength. Prokopych got worried about him, and Danilo told him, can't stop thinking about that vase, you know. I want to carve it in such a way as to show the stone's full strength and beauty. Prokopych tried to talk him out of it. What do you need it for? We don't go hungry. What more? The noble ones can amuse themselves how they like if they just let it be, let us be. They will think up a trick and will make it. Why do something more than that? You'll call a new yoke on our heads, will you? But Danilushko doesn't give in. This one is not for the barin. I just can't forget about my vase, you know. Look at the stone we have, such stone. And what do we do with it? We cut it and carve it and polish it, but it's all for nothing. And I want to make something so as to see the real strength of our stone and show it to people too. By and by, Danilushka got back to the barin's vase. And so he works and chuckles to himself. A stone band with holes in it and a winding border, huh? What do they know? And then he stopped his work again and started a different vase. And so he spends whole days and nights at the machine. And he says to Prokopych, I'm going to use thorn-apple as my model, you know. Prokopych tried to get him away from that vase again, but Danilushka would not listen. And then, when something didn't go as he wanted, he told Prokopych, be it your way. I'll finish the barin's vase first, and then go back to mine. And when I do, don't talk me out of it no more. I can't get it out of my head. Prokopych says then, all right, I won't bother you. And he thinks to himself, maybe he'll forget about it as time goes by. He needs a wife, he does. That's it. He won't have time for this silliness when he has a family. Danilushka got back to working on the baron's order. Hard work it was, no less than a couple of years. And so he works hard and doesn't think about his own project. Prokopyich started talking to him about a wife. Why don't you ask Katya Letemina? She would make a good one. Such a girl she is, can't find a bad word to say about her. Prokopyich had good reason to talk about Katya. He noticed a long time ago that Danilushka could not take his eyes off the girl, and she didn't seem to mind. So Prokopyich mentioned her in passing, like he didn't know anything. And Danilushka sticks to his work. Hold up, Grandpa, let me finish this vase. I'm sick and tired of it. So sick I could smash it with a hammer and be done with it. Don't even mention a wedding now. Katya and I have an agreement already. She will wait. Finally, Danilushka finished the baron's vase. The bailiff, of course, wasn't told about it just yet, but they decided to celebrate it at home with a small party of friends. Katya, the bride, came with her parents, and then some malachite carvers were invited as well. Katya looks at the vase and wonders, such an intricate pattern, Danilushka. How did you manage to carve it out and not break any of the stone? It's all so smooth and cleanly cut and polished. The masters nod their approval too. Exact like the drawing, no fault can be found. So cleanly made. Couldn't be done better or faster. If you keep working like this, we won't catch up with you. Danilushka listened to all this and said, that's just what is wrong. Nothing to find fault with. It's all smooth and clean, and the pattern is like it should be, and the carvings are exactly like in the drawing. But where is beauty? Take a flower, any meadow flower or a weed. You look at it, and your heart leaps with joy. And who will be joyful looking at this one? What is it for? Some will wonder, like Katinka, at the master's eye and at his hand, and how he had the patience enough to carve it all and never break a stone. And if you might have, the master's laugh, you glued it back together and polished so well, nobody would know, eh? Right, right. But where is the beauty of the stone, I say? Here is a vein in the malachite, but the drawing says there should be holes and flowers where it lies. What are they for, I ask? We just spoil stone like this. And such stone, you see, first-rate stone with natural patterns. So his speech got all hot. He had a drink or two, no wonder. And the masters tell Danilushka what Prokopyich said many times. Stone is stone. What do you want from it? Our job is to cut it and carve it, and that's that. But there was this little old guy there, you see. He was a stone master long before Prokopyich and others came of age, and everyone called him Grandpa. Very frail and old he was, but he understood what the talk was about and said, sweet child, Danilo, get such notions out of your head, will you? Walking on the edge you are now with thoughts like this. The lady will take you as her mountain master. Why, Grandpa? What are those masters? They are, nobody knows what or who they are. They live in the mountain and do whatever the lady tells them to. I saw their work once. Such mastery differs from ours in everything. Everybody got curious, and they asked him, what did you see, Grandpa? And he said, I saw a snake, like the ones you make for an arm bracelet. So what? What was so special about that snake? Different it was from ours, you see. Every master will say, not made by one of our own. Our snakes are made of stone, even if pretty, but that one, like it was alive, with a dark gray spine and the eyes, like it jump at you any moment. Those masters, they saw the stone flower. They know what beauty is. Danilushka perked up when he heard about the stone flower and tried to ask the old guy, but the little old master said honestly, I don't know, sweet child. I have heard about this flower, but it is no good for us people. If one sees it, one won't care for anything anymore. Danilushka tells him anyway, I would give anything to see it, Grandpa. So his bride, Katinka, she got all upset. Come, come, Danilushka, are you so tired of our life here? And she started crying. Prokopyich and the other masters saw what is what and thought to make a fool out of the old guy. You are out of your mind, Grandpa. What fairy tales you tell? Just leading the young guy astray, are you? But the little old master got all red and hot. The stone flower is no fairy tale. The boy is right. We don't understand stone. That flower shows its true beauty. And the masters just laugh. You have had one too many, Grandpa. But he still insists. No fairy tale is the stone flower. It is real, and that's that.